If you're searching for a wrestling podcast that's filled with fun.
This is definitely Davey Boy Smith's finest fucking moment.
He goes, he fell on his ass. He fell on his ass.
Couple of haters.
Couple haters.
That's David.
Wrestling nostalgia.
I will take you back to May 26th, 1996. It was a stormy night. The wind was howling.
Latest pro wrestling news and rumours.
We've heard about the situations between WWE, Sasha Banks and Naomi.
And hilarious tangents.
Let's not tangent off. No Samoan spikes.
That's it.
Fucking tangents.
Then look no further. Join your hosts James, Stu and Jonny and subscribe to Top Turnbuckle Podcast.
Hello and welcome to episode 20 of Top Turnbuckle Podcast with me, Stu.
I'm Johnny Splash Bash.
And I'm James.
Welcome.
It's getting fucking worse, isn't it?
I struggled with this name today. I left it to the last minute.
We're never getting monetised.
How are we all?
Good.
Yeah, all right. Yes.
Good.
Yeah,
Same.
not too bad.
I've been grumpy because I've been like fucking bitten by a mosquito about 20
Same.
fucking times.
Yeah, I feel your pain, man. I feel your pain. Hello, what's going on here? Sorry, John.
I
It's just
think James is in the camera.
I could give a
there
shit
we
if
go.
I'm in it or not.
let's give it a
I
little
think
wave.
we're all right.
We're actually trying something different for a change here. We're actually recording it visually and audially.
Yes,
audially. Is that a right word?
Probably.
Audio. Graphically,
I'm shit with words.
we're doing a sound recording, an audio recording, and a video recording at the same time.
We are
That sounds
trying.
good.
Yeah, is that all right?
Yeah,
well,
sounds
yeah,
good.
We're
yeah.
trying
I know what I'm
different
talking
things.
about. Yeah.
So, yeah, episode 20.
Episode 20.
Welcome. Episode 20, where Top Turnbuckle Podcast will be walking on the moon. We will be searching for that message in a bottle. Roxanne!
You know where he's
Yes, that's right. We're going to chat the best of Sting.
Yeah.
going. Wrong one.
I
Wrong
didn't
one.
know where he
Wrong
was
one.
going. I just let him have them seizures. I just like,
Yeah, sorry, it's wrong Sting, mate.
Wrong Sting?
Wrong Sting.
Oh, I just got stung.
Oh,
just got stung. Yes.
Out.
Our hearts will beat stronger and tears will be shed. Countries will collide and songs will be sang. Feel the heat. It's a summertime affair.
very good.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Very, very good.
One of these days I'm going to run out of ideas.
Right,
I fucking doubt it, mate.
I just want to start, guys, with like a priority because one of our listeners,
Oh, yes.
Jason Shepherd,
Yes. Hello, Jason.
yep,
Hello?
that is the right name, isn't it?
Is that normal for that to go off?
Yes. Don't worry. One of our listeners, Jason Shepherd, basically will stop listening if I don't give a shout out, something that
Yes.
happens in the chat.
Yeah.
We had a wonderful, wonderful message. I think it's the best message we've ever got.
Wonderful.
And I said that I will be giving this person a shout out. Nan Ang
Nanang.
Nanang.
sent us a wonderful message.
Nanang.
And I am telling you guys, I am really trying to push to get this as the watch along for episode.
It ain't
21.
happening. No.
Anyone like to comment on what happened or?
We got spammed with a porn link.
Yeah, it was amazing.
I think
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Have you?
The porn link, yeah.
Oh, right.
Did you click on it, Johnny?
No, I was going to, and I thought, no, I better not.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I took the grown-up approach of removing it.
I didn't.
Yeah, and said person from the group. So I'm sorry, Jason, if I've spoilt anyone's fun, including yourself. But yes, she is no longer with
No
the
more
group.
Nanang.
No more Nanang.
Yeah.
We should get a T-shirt made up with saying
Remember Nanang.
Yeah.
Remember
With
Nanang.
the picture.
Maybe I could edit her face onto the picture.
You You could edit it, and then like on the tits and the like crotch area, you could put each of our faces.
Oh, God. So what, a face on each nipple? And, yeah. Okay, right. I'm not sure how my other half would feel about that.
I think that damn well's a bit of a laugh, isn't it?
It is, yes. Right.
There we go.
Shall we get down to business?
Yes. We can
Right, it was my picks for this one, wasn't it?
It was indeed.
I'll give us a brief run through quickly. So we are going to be talking on this episode 20, of our top 3 gut-wrenching / heartbreaking promos. We're going to have Johnny doing his wonderful segment of Johnny Oki.
We have 2 songs to sing.
Indeed. We will also be debating our best moments from the icon Sting.
Oh, does he? No, it's like a wolf, that, wasn't it, really?
That's a fucking wolf
That
pack.
was.
Yeah. And as well as Danhausen, Watchhausen, and we'll just be talking shit at the end. Plus, we have a new segment
We do.
we'll be introducing, seeing as we're not really covering the news much because it goes out of date by the time this shit goes live.
It does.
We have our very own Top Turnbuckle Podcast Quiz.
Yes, we do. Now, I dug out from my loft, my attic, the WWF Wrestling Trivia Game 800 Questions box set.
That's actually worth quite a lot of money.
I got this back in, I don't even know where I got it from. I think I got it from like WWF shop or something back
Did
in
ya?
95, 96 time. All the questions are based from like 1985 to 1996. Yeah.
It's fucking hard.
I might throw a few extra questions in there over time. Up to date ones, maybe.
For the video listeners, there it is.
There it is.
I'm pointing out for those who are listening via.
Is the video still rolling?
Yes.
It is.
It is.
because the-
Okay.
Don't take any
Yes.
notice of the screen going bad.
Okay.
As we had a little run through beforehand, didn't we? And we figured out quite quickly that you two are like okay, you two are going to hold your own. I'm fucked.
It all depends on the fucking question.
There is
Because
some
some of
hard
them are
ones in there.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because you're going back in context to like, when was it made? 1996?
I don't remember what I did last week,
Yeah.
so I'm screwed.
Yeah, I think it was 96. Yeah, because a lot of the cards on there are like Triple H when he was Hunter. So yeah, 95, 96 time.
Yeah.
Well, it actually says 98 on here.
I don't buy that for a second.
But I think it was before. You got like fake Diesel in the picture and Phil LaFon.
Yeah, that's
no, no,
96.
yeah, brilliant.
That's 96.
Yeah. So yeah, it'll be interesting. And we're going to make a title belt as well. I might make it.
Johnny is going to make us a title belt.
Title championship
Definitely.
belt.
So what will happen is each episode we shall be quizzing. We'll have one quiz master and 2 people answer, or whatever.
thought we
We'll
were
sort
gonna
something. What are we doing?
One question each.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Whoever's got the most points at the end of the year will be crowned.
The top turnbuckle trivia heavyweight champion of the world and universe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, we're going universe, are we?
Universe. Yes.
It means that much more.
And if you get a point wrong, you lose
Question
a point.
wrong.
If you get a question wrong, you lose a point. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, we're going to do the trivia game at the end of the show. And
I'm going to trivia the shit out of this episode.
Yeah.
800 questions. That's going to keep us going.
We're not going for full 800 like
No.
today.
So, what, 5 questions each, or 3 questions each, or 1 card each, or whatever.
Yeah, a card each.
We'll
That'll do,
figure it
won't
out as we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, folks,
Here we go.
are we sitting comfortably?
As much as I can on this fucking thing.
Come and sit on one knee. Come on.
No, you're right, Johnny. As I said, you disturbed me, man.
You are looking rather dishy today.
Am I? Very good.
And on that note, we shall get rolling straight into.
Yeah, very much.
We will get rolling straight into our first segment, which is our top 3 gut-wrenching and heartbreaking promos.
Get those tissues ready.
Don't know about you guys, but I really enjoyed doing this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for the input there, James. I like to. Sorry, go on.
I tried to put a positive spin on mine. That's one of the things I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Because some of these leads are like a lot of tragedy and things like that, don't they? So I don't
think my first one's that heartfelt, really.
No.
It's just something I enjoyed.
Yeah, you've just
But
sort of
it made me
skimmed
kind of-
around the fucking question, Johnny, really.
But at the time, I think,
Yours are more like strange promos that shock people.
yeah, I think that one it kind of is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right.
Well, you technically, one of mine, I don't know, I think one of mine you technically probably couldn't call a promo, it's just something that happened.
I think as a 10-year-old boy, it made me feel something.
And silence. Right.
No.
Does he disturb
I
you?
tell you, it's getting there. Yeah.
Well, I've been on my best behaviour
Yeah.
so far.
When? Was that before we started
It
recording?
leaves me like this
5.
3-second shock thing
Is
where
that
I have
kind
to process what...
Oh, not
Yeah.
again. Who would like to start this section?
I can.
Go for it. Yeah, mate.
Okay, so I'm going to go with...
He's got notes again.
I haven't
He's
really.
got well,
I've
he's
just
a
got
bit of note.
It's just fucking titles.
Oh, you've always got a fucking encyclopedia to go through.
Yeah, God. I'm going to go with Roman Reigns on this one. I'm going to go with the him coming out telling the audience that he had leukemia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's sad. And I think that why this one hits quite hard is that he was in the middle of that phase where everybody was booing him. And when he first comes out, he's holding that title and everyone is kind of booing him.
Yeah.
Was
Yeah,
he
they
champion at the time?
Yes.
He was, yeah.
Yeah. Starts off and he's got no connection with the crowd at all. Like
No.
he's talking and he's talking quite seriously, but they don't know where it's going. You know, the audience. And then he says something along the lines of, my real name is Joe and I've been battling leukemia. And then everyone suddenly falls into silence. And I just think this one's really interesting because of what was going on at the time, where he was actually hated, but then the crowd turn and give him respect. And if you remember, they have the shield at the end.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins was beside himself.
Yeah.
As they did like the shield
The 3 hands in.
3 hands in.
That's right, yeah.
So I didn't know
You
what
missed your chance then. Look, we had it on camera. You missed your chance. Too late, mate.
They didn't know what was going to happen. So, yeah.
That's a good pick, man.
Did they announce it before? Like anything before? On like
No,
Twitter
I
and
don't
stuff
think they
saying-
did.
I don't remember it being
No.
anywhere on social media at all.
I don't think they did.
No.
I think he just come out and said it like that. And there's not much more to say about it. It's interesting with the crowd where they thank him and then he puts the belt down. Sad moment, but you'll see a pattern in my one soon.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, and the pattern for me and the end message is actually more important than the promos themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Good pick.
that's
Good
it.
one. Good
That
start.
was a good pick.
Yep.
Do you want to go? Do you want me to go?
I don't mind.
You crack on then.
Should I
mate.
crack on?
You
Okay.
crack on, mate.
So my first one isn't really sensitive or anything, really. So I'll take you back to November the 20th, 1995. And it was 24 hours removed from the 9th annual Survivor Series, where Bret Hart defeated Big Daddy Cool for the WWF Championship. Now, during the next night's Monday Night Raw, it was Savio Vega and Skip of the Body Donners were in the ring, and all of a sudden, Diesel comes out, and he makes his way out, and he starts to cut this like shoot interview promo at the side of the ring. And I think I kind of felt this as heartfelt because it was coming from him. It was something different to the character he'd had all year. And like he followed it by saying like, this was one of the first times, I think this was one of the first times that a wrestler had kind of broken character as well. And was sort of like being himself, as I didn't really remember anyone else really doing that before. He grabs the microphone and starts talking about the actions from the previous night. And he says that he slept like a baby for the very first time in a year, mentioning how he couldn't sleep before because Vince McMahon had turned him into this corporate puppet. And like in closing, he kind of sort of just says like the Big Daddy Cool of old is back. I'm not saying I won't slap hands, but you better be wearing a black glove for me to do it.
Yeah.
It was short, it was to the point, but the promo really stood out because it was after a year, like I said, of Diesel being this baby face, this good guy, being told like to go out there and do what he had to do. And it was like a complete switch up. It was something completely different. And it was also one of the first references of Vince McMahon being known as the owner.
Yep.
Okay.
The reason I like this is because this is Kevin Nash.
Yeah.
This is what we're going to see, and this is what actually the Clique were trying to get Vince to do. They wanted to start making everything more realistic.
Yeah.
As much as the Clique get a bad name, which deservedly so, they were trying to push for a more edgier product. And this was one of the first times that they attempted to do that.
Yeah, it was really ahead of its time as well, I thought.
And it's strange because it's Kevin Nash has got like no energy in this. You know where everyone's usually really energetic and, you know, with a wrestling promo, you see that. He's just sort of slumped talking.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's a real proper, it's Kevin Nash talking. It's not Diesel.
Honestly, I've not seen this.
Yeah, it's
at all.
Some people say it's like a prequel to the Attitude Era.
Yes.
It's like Kevin Nash was the person that started it until Stone Cold came along and just kicked the door down.
Yeah.
And just sort of took over. It would have been interesting to see, like, what do you think would have happened to Diesel if he hadn't gone and stayed in that character? Do you think he would have beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania 12?
No.
You don't think he would have?
I don't think that match would have even taken place if he wouldn't have been going to WCW.
And an interesting fact as well, if you look at the Scott Hall from WCW when he first debuted, he came out in the middle of a match before the two people had started.
Yeah.
Exactly what Kevin Nash did. He came out, two people hadn't started wrestling yet, pretty much almost the same in a way.
The Clique, which was Scott Hall, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, Shawn Michaels,
X-Pac,
1, 2, 3 Kid, Sean Waltman, and I'm missing one. Who am I missing here? I can't remember who I just said.
Was Just Incredible part of it?
A little bit, and so was, and I'll remember his name. Is it Louis Spicoli?
Radford.
Yeah. He was as well a little
Okay.
bit. There were certain people who were part of the Clique but don't get the mention.
I didn't know about the Just Incredible one and that one
Yeah,
as well.
sort
He was more
of.
friends of X-Pac, the kid, weren't he? I
Yeah.
think.
Okay.
Bulldog was sort of verging on
was
there
on the
as
edge,
well.
wasn't he? Yeah.
He was
Right.
like, they weren't hanging out like the other 5 were,
Yeah.
but they were
They were
in
there.
and around that circle.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's interesting because those guys wanted an edgier product and were really pushing Vince
Yeah.
because they were fed up with this Fiend stuff, this job. You know, like all these occupational gimmicks. And they were like, let's bring this into the 20th century now.
Yeah, it's time to change it up.
You know, let's make this something that's dramatic and can we use our real names? And what actually happens is Vince doesn't do it, and then Kevin Nash and Scott Hall go with Eric Bischoff and they create it along with him, and that's where you get the NWO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my first pick.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
But that was almost them testing the water on it.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, good pick. I made notes on my phone this time. My first pick's quite a recent one. Well, not really, really recent, but from the last few years, which comes from AEW's Double or Nothing, May 25th, 2019. And it is the promo at the end of the match between Cody Rhodes and Dustin Rhodes.
I still get a lump in my throat every time he says it.
Same. I mean, it was a brilliant match as well, to be fair, and a brutal, bloody match as well. And there's a wonderful speech at the end from Cody, who I believe who were they coming up against?
The Young Bucks,
It was,
believe.
yeah. And he was looking for a partner. He needed a tag team partner to go into it, and I've got it written down. Cody went on to say to Dustin, I don't need a partner. I don't need a friend. I need my older brother.
Yeah, and he cracks as he does it, and it's
big
just
time.
beautifully delivered, and it's sort of from the heart. It's I knew you had it, so I didn't put it in.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Was this after the match they'd had?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. And that was a bloody as hell match as well, man. Yeah, and as I put at the end here, it caused the fans in the LA arena to go absolutely wild. And it did. I mean, it was an amazing reaction for a beautiful moment. And as the camera pans round, you may have seen a few people get a bit of indoor hay fever.
Yeah, there was
a lot of wet eyes in that arena after that.
It was really.
It's a stunning moment. Yeah. Absolutely stunning moment.
I think it's Dustin Reynolds' best match.
Yeah.
Ever. I really do.
It's a phenomenal match.
If anyone can think of one that's better, let me know. But I think it's his best match.
I think that'd be a good topic to cover one day.
Yeah.
Goldust, Dustin Reynolds.
Yep.
Rhodes. Yeah.
And it's from the modern era as well of Dustin Rhodes, who I personally think has just been on leaps and bounds in the last few years, because he's been able to be as creative as he wants. And 2, you can see the body transformation he's had, especially in the last 5 years or so. He's really put that work in.
Yeah.
And for a guy as old as he is,
How old is he now? He must be...
He's got to be in his 50s.
Yeah, he's got to be 54, 53.
I thought he was older than that.
Could be.
But
he's wrestling back in like...
Late 80s.
Late 80s.
Yeah, early 90s.
Royal Rumble 1990.
But he can still hang with the youngsters.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily hang with the youngsters. It's a beautiful moment, absolutely beautiful, and that is my number 3 pick.
Yeah,
Lovely. Yeah,
short but sweet.
nice.
Back to you.
Back to me. Okay, so my next one, which is actually really strange because it's just sort of happens again. This one is Edge's retirement. And this is another shocker, because this isn't advertised either. And Edge was in his prime.
Oh, it was the peak
He'd just come
of his career.
He'd just come off of a match at WrestleMania 27 against Alberto Del Rio. It wasn't the greatest match.
It was the opening match.
It was the opening match, and he retains. And there was nothing said at all about Edge being injured or anything like that. And he comes out on Raw.
He didn't look it either.
No. He comes out on Raw and says that he's been to see the doctors and he's got to retire. And
was he injured during the match, or was it previous?
It was from a previous neck injury.
Right,
He'd been wrestling. He
He'd been wrestling on borrowed time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. That's what he says. And it's just sad because he's right in his prime. Like, he looks so young, like, as he's doing this promo. Like, when if you go back and watch it now, he looks so young, and it just sucks. Like, there's just this feeling like of sadness, but it sucks. You can kind of feel that the crowds are looking at this thinking, is this an angle? When he first starts.
I thought it was, it was a joke.
Yeah.
Someone was going to come down and go, no.
And again, I'd encourage anyone to watch this back, especially, we don't really need to go into this at the moment because we don't know what's going on with him. It's kind of strange watching this after potentially seeing his last match on Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, I have to reiterate that the message is stronger for me over these 3 that I've picked. So I'm going to leave it there. Go watch it. It's shocking. It's even shocking and sad now.
I think I've only ever watched it once.
Yes, it sucks.
Yeah, I was never a big Edge fan.
Get out. Get out.
I was the same. Yeah, I was the same.
You think Kenobi?
Well, I thought I knew your pair, yeah.
And I always liked him. I never saw him as top tier. Like that real high caliber.
Yeah.
I mean, because I think at the time he was an 11-time world champion. He held the most belts out of anyone.
Right, I see.
And I never saw him as that top tier talent.
Yeah.
I respected him. I thought he was an excellent wrestler, but was he up there with like the Flairs, the Savages,
I still don't think so.
All of these massive names, the Rocks, the Austins? Not for me.
No, same here. And I always preferred Christian as well.
Did you?
Like the two of them, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I didn't like him.
I do like Edge. I still like Edge. I think he's awesome as well.
Sorry. There's no disrespect to Christian, because he's good. He is good, but out of the two, you preferred Christian?
I prefer Christian, yeah.
What, Captain Charisma?
Yeah, I still prefer him now.
Oh, mate.
I love Christian as that heel when he was the CLB. Do you remember that when they were doing like the placards? Him and Jericho together was so fucking funny with Austin. When he was the general manager and I think they had unsafe working environment or something like that.
Yeah.
At the start of the show, and they were walking around in circles with placards, and he fucking comes out on them both. It's so fucking funny.
I still love Christian now, where he's like,
he's
not even the TNT champion, but he's walking around like he is.
Yeah, with the belt.
Yeah.
Because he was making fucking matches for Luchasaurus, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Back to you, mate.
Yep,
Back to me. Right. Okay. My next pick, September the 14th, 1998. You can't fire me. I'm already fired. Now, the promo I'm quoting is the return of Ric Flair and the reformation of the Four Horsemen.
I wonder where you were going with that. Yeah.
So, the backstory, it had been a year since the Four Horsemen broke up. Flair dissolved the group, Arn Anderson had retired, and his replacement, Kurt Hennig, had turned on the group and joined the NWO, injuring Flair in the process. Benoit and Steve McMichael were left to their own devices. But in 98, while Ric Flair was missing in action, Benoit and Malenko tried to convince Arn Anderson to reform the Four Horsemen. But Arn didn't want anything to do with it. He didn't want Dean getting involved. Even JJ Dillon, their former manager, tried, but still had no luck. Now, earlier in the year, Ric Flair's contract had come up. And during talks, he signed a letter of intent to sign a new contract. Meanwhile, he'd made arrangements to have April the 9th Thunder taping off to watch his son Reed compete in an amateur wrestling event.
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
Okay, I'm glad you got this in.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Ric Flair was then asked to work the show last minute in just a throwaway backstage segment. He said no and was suspended and sued for breaching his contract. Within a few months, Flair had spent $75,000 in legal fees.
Fucking hell.
He was unable to get a deal from the WWF at the time as well, and he was trying to just get out of there. So he had no choice but to return to WCW. So the lights are dimmed. It's WCW Nitro. JJ Dillon comes to the ring. He's wearing his tuxedo, and straight away the crowd are chanting for Flair. They're saying, "We want Flair." Arn Anderson comes out next. He announced it was the new beginning for the Four Horsemen. He invited Steve McMichael out, Chris Benoit, Dean Malenko. All came out wearing matching tuxedos. Arn Anderson cut a promo saying this version of the Four Horsemen was going to usher in the new millennium. Then, as it sounds like he's about to wrap the promo up, he goes, "My God, what a goof! What a goof! I almost forgot the Four Horsemen. Ric Flair, get on down here." And the crowd just erupts. They just go crazy.
I love the way that the crowds are so getting impatient with how long this is going on. At one point, Arn has to turn to the crowd and he goes, "Everybody is going to get what they want tonight."
Yeah, that's it.
That he has to actually say it because there's such a thunderous like thing for Flair that they're beginning to think, is Flair actually going to come out?
Yeah.
And he has to stop it and almost sort of foreshadow.
Yeah.
Wait until I'm finished.
Fucking.
That's my favourite bit of the whole thing.
Yeah. So the crowd's exploded. They're giving this a standing ovation, like long after he's got into the ring. Flair's crying, like usual.
No, I don't buy that for a second.
Yeah. After thanking the fans, he turns his attention to Eric Bischoff, the person who suspended him and everything else. And he goes on just like one of the most memorable rants of his career. He goes, I've got it quoted here. "You're an overbearing arsehole. You're an obnoxious, overbearing arsehole. Cut me off, abuse of power. You suck. I hate your guts. You are a liar, a cheat, a scam, a no good son of a bitch. Fire me. I'm already fired." And this is possibly one of the last great moments in WCW history.
I think so, and I think it's. I don't know if it was worked, but it's certainly real from the events and the emotion. I think it's seriously what Ric Flair thinks of Eric Bischoff.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's a work between the two. I really don't. But it's really quite good of Bischoff to come down, and he comes down without the leather jacket or anything, just in a Ralph Lauren polo, and like comes down as if it's completely not rehearsed. And it's great. This should have been the revenge story and the final nail in the NWO. The Four Horsemen, I feel like it kind of even if it didn't happen, it kind of told you a story that it could happen. But WCW blew it; it didn't happen. But yeah, that was my pick. An interesting fact though: WWE held its post-show tribute to Ric Flair after a 2003 Raw in the same building. Is this the one when they handed him the world title? Yes, I think so. He has a match with Ric Flair in the main event, and afterwards everyone comes out and just kind of celebrates. What Triple H does. Triple H does, yeah, and then everyone from the back comes out and they all just... Like, he puts the world heavyweight title on him. Yes, I think he does, yeah. It's interesting, yeah, just really good pick, I think. Another interesting fact is I found out Arn Anderson was only 45 years old in 2003, 1 year older than CM Punk now. Yeah, he looks about crazy. 60. We could have got another Arn Anderson run out of that. Damn, man. Wow. Arn Anderson looked about 50 when he was in his teens. He did.
Arn Anderson still looks the same now.
Yeah, he does.
I still wouldn't fuck with him.
That's actually helped him that he used to look like that, because he looks old, but he still looks the same. Really.
Even his son, Brooke Anderson, now on AEW, looks exactly
old.
Just no different.
Yeah.
But yeah, there you go.
Good pick, man.
My pick.
Really good pick. My number 2 is, again, it's another AEW one. Again, this one is still pretty recent in my mind. And I did explain sort of beforehand, this one it's not so much of a promo, but it was a farewell. And it was a farewell from Eric Rowan in the one brief appearance that he's made on AEW. And it was the Dark Order match with Hangman Page defeating the Pinnacle with the help of the wonderful Negative One with a almighty headshot with a kendo stick. Towards the end of this match, Eric, or Big Red Rowan, shocks the crowd after taking Wardlow out of the equation as the Pinnacle's illegal enforcer. And once the victory was sealed, Eric Rowan decides to join the Dark Order in the middle of the ring to celebrate not only the match but the life of his dear friend Brody Lee. And whilst hugging each other in the ring, Eric Rowan pulls out a huge sign that simply states, goodbye for now, my brother. See you down the road. I love that. It was heartbreaking when Brody Lee went. Yeah. Absolutely heartbreaking, because he was on the rise big time. Yeah, he was just about. I mean, I think his last match was with Cody, wasn't it? It was, yeah.
Yeah, the strap match. Yeah, strap match. Yeah.
And it was he'd come on leaps and bounds since, the long drawn out who was the exonerated one for the Dark Order, and then when he turned up, that was like, holy shit. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I can see this like really going somewhere. And it was. It really, really was. And then just like that, he was gone.
Underutilised in WWE, and then went to AEW, started to look like he was going to really, really kick on, and then it just sucks, doesn't it?
Yeah.
There's not much more to say, in my opinion.
No. I mean, it was a shame. It was such a beautiful tribute. I mean, and it was, it was so simplistic. It was just a sign. Yeah. But it was hard for him to do because he cracks while he's holding it. Mm. And it's everyone in the Dark Order, regardless for the guys that are wearing masks at the time. You don't need to see their faces, to see the body language. You know how much this hurts for all of them. Yeah. And not just the guys in the ring with the Dark Order and Eric Rowan, but everyone else. He meant a lot to a lot of people. So much so that even Big E.
He tweeted something out, didn't he? Or
he did a promo in the ring for him as well.
Yeah, I think that even WWE, it's like in memory of Luke Harper when he died, didn't they?
Yeah.
But he meant a lot to a lot of people, and I think we talked about him before. I always encourage people to go and listen to the Talkish Jericho.
Oh, yeah.
Luke Harper episode.
Yeah.
You'll find out what a stand-up, really nice guy he is.
Yeah, I've never listened to it.
I would. It's really cool.
There's been so many wrestlers that reached out after that who just kept telling funny stories about just being on the road with him. Nothing to do with wrestling, but the amount of people that he was there for, that he supported, that he tried to help, that he looked after, or the people that, he just wanted to make laugh.
Very similar to Iron Heart. Not anyone had a bad word to say about him. He was a family man.
Yeah.
And, he loved wrestling, but he loved his family more, apparently. And, yes, it just sucks. It's one of those.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good pick. Yeah.
Yep.
Who's next?
Back to James again.
Okay. I'll finish with my theme now, because my next one is Daniel Bryan's retirement. This is gutting.
Yeah.
This is absolutely fucking gutting, because for me, he was about to hit, where we were talking about Edge, was he going to get to that level? I felt Daniel Bryan was on the way.
Yep.
Yeah.
At this point, I felt after the WrestleMania 30, all the build up, and he got the belts. I felt that this was his journey with the belts, and I felt that we were getting our next big star. I mean, what did you think?
Yeah.
I really did.
I can't add anything to that, mate.
Yeah,
you've absolutely nailed that.
I think that there's certain people who come along. I mean, I'm not going to, because I like John Cena, but John Cena never resonated with the audience. This was organic, and I think that he was going to basically go to the moon off of this. And he has to retire.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he has a match at Extreme Rules with Kane, and I think after that there's just this plethora of injuries he keeps having, and he has to, in the end, relinquish the belt. He keeps trying to come back. He goes for the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania 31.
Match,
yeah, they keep trying everything to bring him back. It's just not working.
No.
And in the end, he does. I think he does win the Intercontinental title. He has to give it away in the ring.
Yeah, I think that's what happened.
Funnily enough, I think something happens with Ryback, because him and Ryback were really good friends, which is a really strange pair.
Yeah.
Again,
this
sucks.
Ryback's got friends.
Yeah. But Daniel Bryan really, really is good friends with Ryback.
Yeah. Oh, I've heard that.
Yeah. They travel together all the time with someone else, and I can't remember the other person. I think it's Cesaro.
Yeah.
Claudio Castagnoli.
That's the one. Well done. That's better than Ilya Dragunov, wasn't it?
Yep. So, anyway, when I was going through all these, I was looking at them, and maybe some people will be thinking, well, these lose their sort of, not power, sort of emotionally, because these guys come back. They all come back from these injuries. Every single person I've mentioned, Roman Reigns, goes on to become the tribal chief, whether you like it or not. The guy did have leukemia, and look at the success story. Right?
Yeah.
Edge comes back and has one of the greatest moments coming through that curtain.
Mate, still gives me goosebumps now.
It's number 21.
Oh, yeah.
In the 2020 Royal Rumble. And Daniel Bryan gets his chance to come back, and he's still going today.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The message I want to do with all of this is a positive one, and that is almost, not to quote John Cena, never give up.
Yeah.
Never give up.
Dun,
Yeah,
dun, dun.
because you look at these
You are right,
situations, and they're very sad. But take a few years down the line, and these guys all
They all overcome it.
overcome.
Yeah.
One life-threatening illness and two borderline crippling injuries.
They came back and got better.
Yeah.
So
Anyway.
the journey I went on with this is I was like, is this actually that powerful? Because these guys went back, and then I thought, actually, it's a really powerful story, because they did all come back.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's sort of a message to anyone out there. Like I say, never give up.
Never give up.
Yeah. There you go. That's
Excellent. Lovely.
That's really cool, man.
Yeah.
I feel like we should have ended on that because I've still got another pick.
It's more when I was watching it, I actually got that feeling myself when I watched it and I thought about it like the impact of the sadness, and is that good? Yeah. But I think the more positive message is actually these guys come back.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah.
There you go.
Have you got any more picks?
I got one after you.
Right, so I'm next. Okay. Smackdown 2001. Paul Hayman. James just squeaked.
Sorry. James went to sneak out to go for the toilet and he accidentally stood on a squeaky dog toy.
That was the squeak of a lion.
The squeak of a lion. God.
He's just done this beautiful speech at the end of his picks and it's gone because he stood on a dog toy.
Squeak, squeak. God dear. Well, I hope he comes back down and squeaks it again.
I hope the microphones pick that up.
Oh dear. That was amazing. Oh.
Sorry, should we try that
When can we start again? Yes. Let's hit it again. Right. So, Smackdown 2. I feel like I should squeak. Smackdown 2000. It's all right. Smackdown 2001. Paul Hayman lets loose on Vince McMahon.
Fucking didn't he just?
He comes out and he airs all of his grievances on the boss for turning wrestling into a dirty word. The segment felt
this.
Yeah, I did. The segment felt extremely personal and is one of Paul Heyman's very best promos. And Mr. Squeak has just returned.
I don't want to get in the way of your
sorry, no. Squeak it again, go on. Squeak it.
Go on, get it.
Oh, hello.
Here's a lion.
All right, Squeak it.
What's Jericho's move called?
Line
salt. There you go. Brilliant.
Oh dear. Ooh.
It's quite heartfelt, isn't it? It's better than Cox.
Yeah.
That's the general theme of the last one.
Oh, a lion with a squeaky cock. Okay.
Carry on.
Where was I? Right. So, the segment felt extremely personal and is one of Paul Heyman's very best promos. Vince actually told Heyman to go out and shoot on him as well.
He did.
Really?
Yes.
Yep, he went, just go out there, make me money, just say what you got to
He was
say.
scared shitless when he come back.
Yeah. The promo starts with Heyman talking about upcoming Survivor Series because this was obviously between the whole alliance,
the alliance
WWF thingy going on. And Vince comes out and the tone of the promo just changes. He went on to say how much he hated Vince, how his family hated him, how he is only a billionaire off the back of other people's hard work. He says how Vince killed the territories. And a couple of quotes. He said, Vince, your father shook the hand of every promoter and swore to them that he would never compete against them. And his son would never compete against them either. And when your father died, you competed and you drove everyone out of business. You ran all of the competition to the ground and stole all of their ideas. And you made yourself a billionaire out of it. And you know whose ideas you stole the most, Vince? You stole mine. I care about what you did to me and my family. You stole my dreams, my legacy, everything ECW represented. While Doink the Clown was running around, Steve Austin was drinking his first beer in ECW.
I love that bit.
And the Attitude Era was just a poor imitation of the revolution ECW started in the 90s. You got nothing, man. What you got is my ideas. You stole my life, my money, my legacy.
Is he wrong?
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. No. But also, you have to go back and look at the 80s territories. There was an opportunity to do it, and if Vince wouldn't have done it, someone else would. It's the best way of describing it.
Yeah.
Why no one did that in the first place, I have no idea.
But have we got to give credit to where it's due? how fucking good a promo is that?
It's an excellent promo, but also, as much as we don't like him, you also have to give props to Vince for letting him do it.
Yeah, I don't think he had any idea what
Yeah,
he was
because if
gonna
you
say.
actually watch it back, it is mega personal.
Oh, yeah,
it's
yeah,
about his dad rolling
absolutely.
his grave,
Yeah.
about what he's done, and
It's the way Paul Hayman like says it all the time. You stole my ideas, man.
It's also
He's
the way
so
that
passionate.
It's also the way that Vince carries it, and
Yeah.
you know what I think about Vince at the moment.
Prick.
The way he stands there and just takes it.
Yeah.
It's really well done.
It's a braver man than I am, but I still don't mean I'd ever fucking say, "Oh, poor Vince." No, fuck Vince.
No, it's not about Paul Vince. It's more about the fact that the way it's done.
Yeah,
The way the promo's done, because
it's
it is
brilliant.
It's some of the stuff he says is really personal.
It is, yeah. Then he turns his attention on Taz as well. Like saying he used to be this
Yeah, look
monster,
at
this
Taz.
machine.
Yeah.
Now he's this obnoxious, terrible commentator.
Obnoxious, fat, terrible
Yeah.
commentator.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
There
Paul
you go.
Paul Heyman's always going to knock it out of the park,
Yeah.
isn't he? And
Oh, hell yeah.
this was him really let off the leash,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which I actually think he needs. I actually don't like Paul Heyman's role at the moment. I don't know if any of you guys
I don't. I think it's completely wasted.
I think that Sami Zayn got him spot on where he said, that looking that you do at Roman Reigns is really weird. It is weird.
Yeah.
It's gone too far.
Yeah.
I'd rather get nasty Heyman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vicious Heyman.
Like what he did to Cody. Heyman. Rather than just standing there with them belts looking at Roman Reigns as if like...
And what is going
Yeah.
on?
Yeah. Absolutely. Mate, that's fucking awesome.
Go on,
JP?
down it.
It is. It's mine.
It's yours.
I apologise because I got quite a bit of quotation from this one, but I will do it as quickly as possible.
Yeah, fine.
I've posted this in the group before because I can't remember who it was and when it was, but it was a few months back. Someone was talking about that's how you shoot a promo, and this every time we talk about promos, and it was once I picked this I knew straight away this was my number one, and it comes from an episode of Raw from the 16th of February 2009, and it's a promo between Rowdy Roddy Piper and Chris Jericho, entitled "Old School's Cool."
Now, I'll admit, I didn't remember this until we watched it earlier today. But yeah.
This comes off the back of them talking about Mickey Rourke in the film The Wrestler,
Yeah.
and Piper just makes this just heartstring speech.
Yeah.
And you can see how much it means to him while he's going for this. And I truly believe that this was off the cuff.
This was
I
really
really
good
do,
promo.
because it is utterly heartbreaking. Because you can see how much Piper loves wrestling, how much Piper wants to be able to come back and do something in the ring for the fans more than anything else. And more to the point, how much wrestling means to a lot of people.
Yeah.
He goes on to say, Mickey Rourke is my friend, and I watched his movie, The Wrestler, and yes, I cried. This movie is not about a bunch of old-timers that want another run. This movie is about the honour and respect we have for everyone. This movie is about the pain, physically and emotionally, and most of us, most importantly, why we do what we do, for the thrill of performing. Ric Flair was right. We live for this. I have people come up to me and say, "Hey, Roddy, we remember when you slapped Mr. T." And I have people coming up to me and say, "When my grandpa was alive, we watched you shave Adrian Adonis's head." And Chris, you want to bury these moments? No, these moments are to be celebrated. Last year, I was in the Royal Rumble, and when I came out in Madison Square Garden, 24,000 people would jump to their feet. And just for 1 second, Chris, I felt like I was back in the first WrestleMania. That was the thrill of a lifetime for me. I have one hip and I hurt all the time. But as long as these folks here say so, I will crawl down here on my hands and knees just to give them one more memorable moment, because old school's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Great promo. It really is really good.
This is one of the reasons why Piper will always be in my top 3 favourite wrestlers of all time.
This is a different Piper promo.
Yeah.
This shows Piper's emotion. Most of Piper's ones show his emotion, but they show him as hot rod, crazy hot rods. It's very different.
This is Roderick Toombs.
Yeah, it's very, very good promo.
This must have been one of his last ones he done.
Yeah, and I never saw this promo.
No, as I said,
This is exactly why I wanted to show you guys this before we recorded, and just show you, and I only showed the shortened version of it, 3.5 minutes. It's heartbreaking, man, because like I said, before I read out that quote, you can see how much this means to him. That he would love to be able to come back and give people, the fans, not just in the arena but at home, that one last memory.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a great promo. I think it's sad because it's overshadowed by the controversy that took place between Jericho and there was something go on, wasn't there, where they were negotiating with Mickey Rourke. That was supposed to be the match, and in the end the match was a 3-on-1 handicap match.
And then he got involved in the end and knocked Jericho out, didn't he, or something?
Yeah, it was a shit end to a...
I suppose it did lead on to Ricky Steamboat.
Yeah, that's what I was going. That's what I was going to say. The person who benefited the most out of all of that feud was Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. He was so good in the match that he ended up having a singles match with him. I think at the next pay-per-view, Backlash or Extreme Rules or whatever it was back then.
But no, it was a great promo. One of the last ones, one of the last best ones he did
for the legendary Roddy Piper.
Yes. Very good.
Bless him.
Very good. That's it, isn't it?
That is
it. Topic done and dusted.
Tell you what,
we have any listener picks?
We did. We had a really good response to this one.
Listener world, here we
go. We had quite a few different picks.
Ooh.
I was expecting a lot from like I said to you guys before we started, I wanted to avoid Edge's retirement speech because I had a feeling that either one or all of us were going to have it, or a lot of other people, the listeners, would pick it as well.
I didn't think anyone would pick it, and the reason I didn't think anyone would pick the ones that I picked is because of the very reason when I sat down and watched them all, is that they all come back.
Yeah.
And I sat there and thought, should I change my mind? And then I thought, no, this is a positive message.
Yeah.
Because they all do come back and have really, really memorable moments off of it. So, yeah.
So, our first one, we have Warren Roberts. Hello, Warren.
Hello, Warren.
He's picked Flair's retirement speech and Mark Henry's retirement speech.
Which one of Mark Henry's?
The one with the salmon jacket.
Yeah, I think it's that one.
What, the swerve?
Yeah. Because that was awesome. I did enjoy that.
I rewatched that the other day.
It was really well done, but I think it led to, as well as it was done, I think it led to issues. Because I think that what people were worried about was every time that someone come out and done a retirement speech, there was an angle.
Yeah. Next up, we have Anthony Scoobs Macri. The Dark Order's promo with Brody Lee Jr. after the passing of Mr. Brody Lee.
Yeah, we covered that one, didn't we?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
We also have Bobby Shepherd. Stu Reed knows these already, but Edge's retirement promo broke my heart. He'd been a favourite of mine since he cashed in on Big Match John. I love that. On Big Match John, and retirement just came out of nowhere. He's also picked Ultimate Warrior 2 to be buried by WWE for so long, only to make amends and come back for the Hall of Fame, only to die 2 days later, gutted. And yes, I know Warrior was a prick.
that one was just shocking.
Yeah.
The whole scenario of that one was just...
It was very strange.
I don't even know what to say about that now. Because you had him come out on Raw for the first time since 1996.
Yeah.
And then you hear the next day he's passed away. And it's just like...
It's just strange when you think
there's just something about this for me. Do you think he knew he was on his way?
I think so. I
do.
thought this the other day, actually. I thought that he must have known something.
He must have.
And he wanted to just get in there, meet everyone, make friends with everybody, because he didn't look that well in the ring.
No, he didn't.
And at the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. I don't know. I have no idea. Obviously, it's quite haunting, not so much now, but when you look at the speech...
Yeah.
That's a good
like
buy.
every warrior breathes his last breath and everything like that. And then the following week, you've got everyone in warrior t-shirts doing the bell salute. It is...
I'm telling you now, that was a good buy.
I think he knew something.
Yeah, I don't. I really don't know.
Next, we have David John Reynolds. Hello, David.
Hello, David.
My favourite three, which to me were heartfelt and gut-wrenching, were Edge's retirement speech, Shawn Michaels' Old Yeller segment with Ric Flair.
Yep.
Which is awesome. But the one I found the most heartfelt, believe it or not, was CM Punk's pipe bomb.
Yeah.
Which Rob Shepherd quite straight away put, oh yeah, how could I forget the pipe bomb? Now you've got to admit, like it or not.
Yeah.
At the time I liked it.
Yeah, definitely.
And as David replied back to Rob, it still gives me goosebumps even today. Then we go back to Rob again because he forgot to pick his third one. Hello again, Rob. I think my last shout would be Ric Flair after winning the Royal Rumble in 1992. Brilliant. I hated the man for winning.
That's a really good one.
I almost went with that one.
Yeah.
I hated the man.
I didn't even think of that.
I hated the man for winning, brackets, at the time. And the promo got right under my skin, but it felt like a huge deal. And you could see it meant the world to him. And he ends with, woo!
Yeah.
It's a great promo. Mean Gene does a fantastic job as well, making it look legit.
Don't he shout as well, like, put that cigarette out?
Yeah, that's how he makes it look legit, because he makes it look like behind the scenes there are all these photographers and everything.
Yeah.
This is what he's trying to do is signal to a journalist, you're not allowed to smoke in here.
No,
so he makes it seem big time with all... Whereas I think there was just one person with a camera behind
probably,
there.
Yeah.
We then go to Brian Jeffrey Gunn. Hi, Brian.
Hi, Brian.
Hard Times always hits close to home. Eddie Guerrero's addiction promo before he praised Brock Lesnar.
Did have this one.
I did as well.
Yeah, I changed it.
And finally, he picks Edge's retirement speech because it was so sudden and out of nowhere.
A lot of Edge fans
in
the house.
I think the Edge one isn't just because of Edge fans. I think the Edge one is because it was
too real.
Gutting.
Yeah.
Because it was shocking. I mean, he was at the top of his game.
Yeah.
And finally, we have Will Dodd, and what he simply put is, always loved this one from Paul Hayman in 2001, and it's the one that you picked, Johnny.
Yeah.
It's the pipe bomb on Vince.
Yeah, there we go.
They were brilliant responses because there wasn't a lot that was the same.
Yeah.
You know, and this is why I picked this segment of the top three heartbreaking, gut-wrenching promos, because there's such a big world you can open up for this.
I also have another one. Do you have another one of yours? I don't want to jump in.
Oh, no. I had my honourable mention was Edge's retirement speech.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I posted around this morning, like just letting people know about the podcast and everything. And a guy called Johnny Rose, who hopefully now is a member of the Facebook page, he wrote... Buddy Landell from Smoky Mountain Wrestling, just before his match with Shawn Michaels at the Super Bowl of Wrestling event back in 1995. He knew Buddy Landell was having some troubles and it felt real and heartfelt, and it was a chance to be himself.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
I think I've seen it once a long time ago.
I don't know.
Yeah, I have not seen it. I've seen the match that he's talking about, but I can't remember the promo.
I've seen the match, but I can't remember the promo.
No.
But sorry, who was the name of the guy that posted it?
Johnny Rose.
Johnny, thanks for reaching out anyway, though, Johnny.
Yes.
And that has now given me something to look out for. I will have a look for that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thanks a lot. Thanks to everyone that got involved on that segment. That was a brilliant response, and I'm so pleased about that.
It is nice to have that response. So please try and continue that. That would be fantastic.
Yeah.
We love all of your comments and suggestions and anything else.
So,
we are very generous in that we always give everyone a shout out and we always read out comments.
Yeah.
Every single comment we get, we read out.
Yeah, so please take advantage of it, guys.
Yeah. And to keep getting involved, please go and check out our social media pages. We're on Twitter at @T_Turnbuckle Pod, Facebook /Top Turnbuckle Podcast, and Instagram /Top.Turnbuckle.podcast. Keep getting involved, folks. This is brilliant.
TikTok.
We are on the ticker of tops.
TikTok. There is videos coming 2-3 a week at the moment. So
is there?
Yes. And there will be
I'm not
on TikTok. No, neither am I.
I can't fucking stand TikTok.
Shorts on YouTube are fucking bad enough for me.
Yeah. It's the same thing. That's what YouTube have done to try and counter the fucker. But I mean,
you can record 10-minute videos on there now as well.
Yeah, my family fucking love it. They swipe on it all the time, and it's all bollocks.
I don't know. I don't do TikTok.
No, there's even shopping channels on there now.
You're fucking joking.
Like QVC.
You can buy stuff.
Yeah, it's fucking. It reminds me of QVC.
But TikTok are doing. Top Turnbuckle Podcast are doing quite well on TikTok. So
really?
We are.
Oh, thank you very much, everyone. Nice one.
We're averaging about what we do on YouTube, which shows that it's pretty good.
Our last video, we had 900 views.
Yeah.
And it was only not even 2-minute video I done.
Yeah.
Right. So for you 900 that haven't subscribed to us, sort it out.
Sort it out.
We'll find you.
We know where you live. Some of you.
What's next?
So what we have left is a watch along.
Ooh.
A song.
Ooh.
And some trivia.
Ooh.
It's a new little competition.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. So, watch along.
So, yes, for the watch along, this time I picked. I don't know why this came to mind.
Should I get my bit out of the way first?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, I apologise. I've watched every single match apart from the match that Stu picked, involving William Regal and the Belfast Brawler and Finley and everything, except he's won, so I'm going to stick out of it.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
I can tell you about all the others if you don't.
Now, a few months back, I'm pretty sure, was it you that picked the piss poor 3-level cage match?
I never picked that.
Who picked it from this?
That was me.
It was you.
The gimmick matches.
Yeah.
I've got a really good one
this was when I started going through the phase of when you picked shit, I watched the whole promo. However, as soon as I clicked on this, I went, I watched this, didn't I, recently? Because I recognised, obviously, the Conan versus Eddie Guerrero match at the start. Now, I skipped through this match.
It's probably the only fucking good match on there.
What a fucking dumb idea that was. Because I went back, watched this, and I sat there just going, this is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Like, it's, as I put there... Oh, I might have to explain. Yeah, sorry. This is Lord Stephen Regal versus the Belfast Bruiser, Fit Finley. The only thing that really, really annoyed me about this match is the crowd are dead. Absolutely dead. Now,
Yes,
if
I
you were...
wrote that myself, yeah.
Now, if you were... I'm sorry, if I offend anyone, tough shit. If you were in the crowd, anyone that's listening to this or watching this video now, if you were in that crowd and you were watching this match, you have no idea how lucky you are. That is as I've put there, look at that. European Wrestling 101.
Unfortunately, it's seen by probably Eric Bischoff at the time and everyone like that as this is a low-level filler.
Yeah.
And the rest of the bollocks that you're watching is actually what people are there to see. This is 1996 and this is Hogan Mania.
Yeah. This
in
is
WCW.
a fucking phenomenal match.
A couple of things I wrote down about it. I put 2 European lads pounding meat on each other for 18 minutes.
I know. I stayed
It's as stiff as hell.
Yeah, so.
A straight up fight.
I was shocked there weren't anything in that.
No, there was.
Crowd didn't seem to get it. Regal suffered a broken nose.
That's right, yeah.
A broken cheekbone and had 12 stitches after this match. And WCW felt the match went too long and was too violent. But the show's called Uncensored anyway.
I know.
The ending was rubbish, obviously.
with
Blue
the
Bloods get sent
that's
down.
it. Yeah, the Blue Bloods coming out.
But on top of that, it's a great match.
It is
really
a great match.
Yeah.
The lockholds in this they're great. They are absolutely great. However, one of my favourite moments from it is Finley's in, I believe it's the bottom left-hand corner as you're watching, watching it on screen, half down to his knees, and Regal just, I don't know, I'm not entirely sure what he does. He does something like that, puts his hand on the ref's right shoulder, Nick Patrick, and he looks round to the right, and as he does that, he just swiftly kicks him in the balls.
It's proper world of sports shit.
It goes back to the last episode.
Exactly.
But
Regal's backing up to the other corner while Nick Patrick's reprimanding him, and he's just looking at the crowd going, what did I do? What did I do? Ooh. But he pulls this Frank Spencer expression.
He does, yeah.
Just kind of that, like,
oh, have I done? Oh.
It's brilliant, and it goes back to the world of wrestling that we were talking about on the last episode.
Yeah.
And it's just a great match. It really is.
It really is.
Genuinely pissed off at myself that I skipped it and went to the other shite matches that were on that fucking card.
But yeah, it is a great match, and it was the first one of 5 matches or 6 matches they had.
5, I think it was.
Yeah, they had one.
Yeah, that didn't help me in the.
So basically, what James did is went through every single other match, just not the one not the one that I actually picked.
I watched the other 5, and I can tell you they're all very good.
So one I didn't realise is they had a match at the Great American Bash 2006 in WWE, and one on SmackDown.
Yeah, I didn't watch that one because I knew it was WCW, but I couldn't remember.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's awesome.
It's a great
awesome
pick.
Match.
Yes.
Yeah. I haven't seen it, but I imagine it is.
It's very good. Yes.
I will watch it.
Thanks for
the crowd.
Yeah.
Forward, then,
to be fair, at least I tried. I did watch 5 other matches.
Too little, too late, mate.
It's a great hardcore match. They had a brilliant hardcore match.
Yeah.
You've seen that one when
the Junkyard Brawl or something it's called? I can't remember.
It's like a better version of what Steve Blackman had with Ken Shamrock.
Yeah. I think John Cena had one of their matches with Eddie Guerrero as well.
Can't remember, but that was supposed to be a hard man match and it was shit.
Hard man match.
It was when it was.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Oh God, yeah, fuck me.
Yeah. Please go and watch it. If you got the network, go and watch it on that. If you haven't, go on YouTube. It's on there, or Daily Motion. Anything. Please go and watch this.
It down.
For anyone that likes a bit of nostalgia, especially after what we were saying about World of Sport, and it's always good to look back on nostalgia.
Definitely.
Fucking hint. Don't, Stu. Don't. Don't. Right. I'm not going into that again. Would you like to hear the feedback we got from this?
Oh, we got feedback?
No, we got fuck all.
Oh.
No, we got nothing. Sorry.
It's about the status quo, really.
I put heartfelt and, gut-wrenching promos. I pick an awesome match. Fuck all. Nothing.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
Shame on you.
You were like the fans of WCW watching the match uncensored.
Yeah,
Not
exactly.
interested.
Yeah. Couldn't give a shit.
That's all right. So no one will probably get to this point in the Facebook group and the podcast anyway.
I have faith in you.
Yeah, I have faith in... I can name probably 4.
Anyway. Right.
So
there
following on from that, we have a song.
We do have a song.
We have a rap.
It's not the thong song.
We have a SummerSlam rap.
Oh.
Because SummerSlam is in the air, was in the air, but summer's still here, in a way, we have a rap.
Well, we don't.
Well, I do.
Johnny's got into this shit.
I love this shit.
I know. This is slightly worrying, mate. Slightly worrying.
So,
can I just say, do you know what really irks me? It's that, you've got men on... Yeah.
What's irk?
Irks me. I just come up with new words. It's probably a new word I've invented.
I like it.
Yeah, use it then.
Fucking irks me right off.
Yeah, fucking
actually, no, you can't. Irk me right off.
It's that you have these fun sort of promos and raps by Men on a Mission. Then you've got that shit-assery one by Mo at the King of the Ring.
And I will be covering that at some point. I've got another 3 Men on a Mission raps to do at some point. Plus the promo.
Where the fuck are you getting them from, Johnny?
I'm digging deep. So this one actually involves Men on a Mission, Mo, Mabel and Oscar, and the Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh.
Fuck's sake.
And it is called the SummerSlam 93 Rap. Okay? So I'm not going to wrap it. I'm just going
to be about Lex Luger, isn't it?
Of course, yes, of course. So I'm going to
be. It's Yoko and Lex, isn't it?
Of course it is.
So I'm going to read
Lex
it.
Express.
I might throw a bit of Randy Savage voice in.
On there.
No, he missed the bus.
Still waiting.
He went and stayed in the Hilton and told everyone to fuck off. It was actually a proper thing that he was supposed
serious?
to. Yes. Have you heard that, Johnny?
Yeah, I have, yes. Yeah.
He was such an arsehole. You know that they did the promo of him holding the babies and shit and going around in the bus?
Yeah.
He got off of the bus, went and stayed in the fucking Hilton or whatever, and said, fuck that bus, I'm not staying on there, and just left it, and it was fucking going around all over the place.
I'd love to know where that bus is now.
Yeah.
It's got to be out there somewhere. Right. Are you ready? James has left the room.
James has left, so yeah.
Can't handle it.
Go for it.
Okay, right.
The excitement's all too much for him.
No, I'm back.
Okay. I might throw a bit of Randy Savage's voice.
What happens is, because we obviously do this in my house, you will hear me walking about a bit because I have to make sure that this house is still going and not on fire or something.
We'll also see you walking about now as well.
Yeah, I couldn't give a fuck.
Yes, right. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want that on anyway, really. It's up to you guys.
His idea, I'm going along with it.
Oh, yeah. This one goes out to everybody all over the USA.
Oh, yeah.
That heard the call to action from the mighty Lex Express. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. We're ready, willing, and able, and we're destined for success. We felt the call to action for the mighty Lex Express. The stars and stripes were flying high. We heard those angels sing. The Lex Express ran Yokozuna through the wrestling ring. His body slam heard round the world on everybody's vote.
Hip toss.
Almost knocked their hole right through the bottom of the boat.
You can't let it go, can you?
We're ready, will and able, and we're destined for success. We felt the call to action for the mighty Lex Express. Well, Purple Mountain Majesties, from sea to shining sea, Yokozuna's sponsor left the nerve cracked up the beat. Mr. Fuji couldn't cut it, so they got Jim Cornette. By the time Luger's done, they'll be easy to forget. Now Summerslam is coming to the home of Pill and Beer, and many other Christians that are really gonna cheer. When Big Fat Yokozuna, who is on a roll, I guess, gets a Magnum Motown welcome from the mighty Lex Express. We're ready, willing, and able, and we're destined for success. We felt the call to action for the mighty Lex Express. Lex Express, yeah! Thank you.
Well.
Thank you very much.
Well.
I thought your voice doing that.
For a split second there, I don't know about you, James, but I genuinely thought that Macho Man had taken over and possessed.
I think I've talked about this before. What I do is I go into some sort of trance.
Yes, yeah.
And so I don't laugh.
I can't help it. I just,
I think of something like grey.
Margaret Thatcher naked on a cold day.
Yeah, like that, like the colour grey. Or some shit like that.
You have seen nothing yet.
I can't wait for the next one.
Another song that's coming up, the Mountie in the style of Mika, is going to be the absolute best song I have ever done.
So then you're really going for it there. I mean, you Shakespearean sexy boy.
I even have instruments for it.
And Mr. Ass.
Oh, yes. We cannot forget the legendary
you've seen
to
nothing
Mr.
yet.
Has.
Okay, so we start our game now, don't we?
We do start.
I would just like to say that, like, when we first started this little topic, I fucking hated it. I swear blind, I am now the biggest fan.
It's awesome.
Oh, there.
So,
right. It's game time.
Game
it's
on.
Top Turnbuckle Trivia.
We seriously need to start doing...
He'll be on
Here
film.
we go.
He'll be on film.
Yeah.
Like, where the fuck have you got that from?
I bought
Johnny?
a car boot sale, 50p. You win £1.50.
Is it a Stratocaster or a Telecaster?
I don't know what it is. It's a Fisher Price, I think.
Oh, okay.
No, Chad Valley.
Oh, right, I see.
Yes.
That is the...
True.
I bought this today because I needed this guitar for my Mountie Mika song. Just one beat of it.
So you went to the car boot.
I went to the car boot sale. And it was a very good car boot sale. They had so many
Where
wrestling
was that?
figures.
The car boots.
Oh, Ardley's a good one.
Colchester, Essex.
You can hardly get around that.
You can hardly get round it.
You can't fucking.
No, he's missed the pun, hasn't you? Hardly get round it.
Oh, right. Yeah. I'm just here in body, not in fucking.
Do you know what you're going to do? Just squeak that toy again, mate. When there's a pun, just squeak it. Right, what are we doing? Quiz.
Trivia. Right. So, yeah, we've got these trivia cards, and we're going to read. How many questions are we going to read each then?
I'm fucking hungry.
Yeah, I have a bit of them.
Yeah, I might get a fucking bad
sorry,
shit.
excuse me.
I'm leaving this in as well.
Oh, no, it's fine.
Yeah.
I've just yawned on camera, you know.
So shall we read one card each of the 5 questions?
Yep.
Yeah.
So you read 5 to Stu reads 5 to me, I read 5 to you.
Whoa, hang on.
Fucking hell, who's
What were you looking at the cards for?
Who's doing the maths to that?
Well,
If
well,
we're
we're just-
doing 5,
Why don't we do 3 each?
What?
3 questions each.
All right,
or do you want to
3.
do 1 question
Right, we have to-
each?
3.
Actually,
Yeah.
Johnny's already got a list. It's good. It's really good that we prepared this section beforehand, wasn't it? You know, and
should we do 1 question each from the card?
no, 3.
Yeah, 3
questions
questions.
each.
Three's good.
So who wants
And
to
it
go
has
first?
to be the top 3 questions.
Oh,
Because
top 3.
otherwise one of the fucking bastards or
Right,
one of us
so
is going to pick the hardest one.
Just for camera sakes here, James, give him a shuffle.
So who's going first? Do you want to read them to Stu first? And then
Yeah,
Stu
I
Well, we
will
might as
read
well
them?
just do them in order, innit?
I can give a fuck. I'll just go along with it.
Yep.
So
I've got my
that
tally. Oh, thank you.
That one can be Stu's, and then you can pick a random one. Any of those for me. Brilliant. No. I've got
50
your one.
years.
Oh, right,
Don't hand
okay,
me
sorry,
my one,
mate.
otherwise I look at the fucking answers.
For 50 years, the revolutionary force in sports entertainment.
Right, do you want me to go first? That's fine.
What did it say?
It said it's running out. It's fine.
No, battery's dead.
Yeah.
It just doesn't really matter.
Never mind.
Okay, you ready?
No.
Ready?
Who is this one to?
Oh, this is
Stu.
Me.
Okay. Who joins Vince McMahon in the announcing booth at WrestleMania 10? Do you want the multiple choice, or are you going to go just for an answer?
I will go with the multiple choice.
Okay. It is either Gorilla Monsoon, Jim Cornette, or Jerry the King Lawler.
I will say Gorilla Monsoon.
That is incorrect. It's Jerry Lawler.
Wanker.
And I'll tell you why, because there's got a brilliant line from Jerry Lawler where he talks about Stu Hart, which is my favourite thing. He goes in his orthopaedic tuxedo. And Vince goes, orthopaedic tuxedo? Brilliant, my
So,
favourite.
who am I reading to?
Should I carry on? So I thought we'd done 3.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, go on then.
Right. At the 1993 Survivor Series, Vince's broadcast partner, is the same again, was Gorilla Monsoon, Bobby Heenan, or Mr. Perfect.
I'll go Mr. Perfect.
That's incorrect. It's Bobby Heenan.
Fuck off.
At least you're trying.
At the 1990s.
Patronise me.
Oh my god. Right, I've got to keep my mouth shut. I'll tell you why afterwards for context. At the 1990 SummerSlam, who won the Intercontinental title? Do you want the 3 answers?
Yeah.
Texas Tornado.
Texas Tornado.
Yeah, I fucking give it to you earlier.
Yeah, I know.
For fuck's sake.
Fuck's sake. I got a point! Genuinely, I thought it was going the whole way. No, nothing then.
I give it to you.
Right, yeah. Thank you very much. Cheers, mate. Nice one. Thank you very
One off
much.
Mr. Perfect.
Yeah, you're right.
Right.
Who am I reading to now?
Whoever you want.
Well, you read to
Yeah,
me. I'll read to you.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I'm
and then
good.
Johnny reads to James.
Yep.
Okie dokes. So,
I'm nervous.
fuck me, I need my glasses.
I reckon Johnny's read all these.
At the 1988 SummerSlam, how did the Bulldogs... The fuck does that say? Is that Rougeau?
Yeah.
Thought so. At the 1988 SummerSlam, how did the Bulldogs Rougeau match end?
No,
In
the
a
answer
time
to
limit
this.
draw.
Correct.
15 minutes.
Who did Yokozuna eliminate to win the 1993 Royal Rumble?
The Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yep. That's right.
Yep.
Really strangely as well. Macho goes for a pin.
Yes.
He does, and
Yes.
really
he kicks out and he goes over the top.
Yeah, it's weird.
You would think Randy would have known how long he'd been wrestling.
I'm sure they said that as well in the commentary at the time. At the 1991 Survivor Series, who eliminated Typhoon? We have multiple choice.
Have a pop, Johnny.
I'm going
Wow.
for it. I'm going to go for it. Hawk.
You git.
Motherfucker.
You
It was Hawk.
git. I knew it as well, you motherfucker.
The options were Hawk, Animal, or Shawn Michaels.
Right,
was not
and the
even in
reason, no, he wasn't in it. It was down to 3 individuals because of Jake Roberts and
Sid.
Randy Savage.
Yeah.
It was the snake bite, and it caused those two to be out.
Right,
And it went into a 3, and I can't remember. I think IRS is one,
Yeah, Iris and the Boss Man's on the
and
other
the Boss Man, the Legion of Doom, and the Natural Disasters.
Yeah,
You motherfucker, Johnny.
So you get 2 points for that,
You
don't you?
get 6 points.
Oh, so we're doing
He
the.
didn't take any.
No.
So if we're not taking the honourable, what is it?
Well, you only had multiple choice
Multiple
for
choice.
2 of those.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I get an extra point. So I've got 6 points.
Yeah.
You're a fucking legend, mate.
No, you're a wanker. You smart ass wanker.
Fucking precious on
Sweating
me.
on that. Come on. Right. Are you ready?
I am.
What kind of match was the Macho Man Randy Savage crush match at WrestleMania 10?
It was a false count anywhere match.
Correct.
2 points. Was there a multiple choice?
There was a multiple choice for that.
2 points for you.
Right.
Well, I've got to catch him up.
At the 1993 Survivor Series, one team was IRS, Adam Bomb, Diesel, and
Oh my god, I knew all of them except for that last person.
Who could it be?
Diesel gets eliminated first by Randy Savage.
there is a choice if you want them.
Oh.
I'm going to have to play it tactically. I'm going to have to take it. Because I'll know it if I get it.
Okay.
Yeah, go on, give me the multiple choice.
The model Rick Martel, the 1-2-3 Kid, or Jerry Lawler.
It's the model Rick Martel, and I just couldn't think of him.
Yeah.
Fucker, if it was any of the other 3, I can even tell you who. There's the Soul Survivors and
Yeah.
everything.
You got a point, though.
I know, but I'm trying to fucking keep up with you because this is a weekly thing. Let's take a tactical 1 point.
Right. And your final question.
Welcome to my fucking world.
Yeah.
At the 1990 SummerSlam, the Warlord's opponent was...
The British Bulldog.
Are you sure?
Oh.
The 3...
I am sure.
Is it? Is it? It's not.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not even
Wow.
an option. Oh, it's not even...
Mate, I felt confident for you there.
When did he face him then?
That was WrestleMania 7.
So who was that then?
The choice you had was the Barbarian, Jimmy Snuka, or Tito Santana.
T.I.
It was Tito Santana.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's fine. I was too confident.
Wow.
He put the pressure
Mate,
on me.
I was for
He
you.
put the pressure on me.
Yeah.
I thought that feud went on for a while and it went past and before 7.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, there we go.
How does it stand for our first round?
Stu,
Starts
you have 1.
4.
Thanks.
James has 3.
Tossers.
4.
Was it 4?
4. Yeah, you got...
Lumberjack match with WrestleMania.
No, 3.
Yeah, 3.
Oh, no, it is 3. Yeah, sorry.
And I have
6.
6.
Fuck.
Very good, Johnny.
Fuck
go.
Perry, yeah.
So that one, we'll put outside. We don't need that one anymore.
See?
And then...
Oh, yeah.
It's
and
tough.
There we
Did
go.
you know that, Johnny, that one, that Tito Santana?
then- yeah, I remembered it. Yeah.
Did ya?
Yeah.
Fuck, I never remembered that.
So, That's it, isn't it?
Here endeth part 1.
Part 1. Yes.
We can meet.
Stay tuned for part 2, you lovely people.